Name, what's your question?
Hey, my name is Roberta. My question is a man who is willing to take care of you, the kids, and the household, but has no ambition worth staying with?
What you mean don't have? Hold on, wait a minute.
When you say take care of, what do you mean?
Like, he pays all the bills, he take care of the kids, he step in
How he do that with no ambition?
because
It sounds like the ambition don't look like you want it to.
I want to like be a homeowner one day. I want property. I want, no, he got money. But I want more.
You know what?
He's complacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we gonna first give attention, and I'm gonna validate your feelings before.
No,
The only reason,
no,
not the only reason.
that's the problem. That's the problem. Oh my goodness. He wants to validate her feelings before. We gotta, guys, let's talk. Let's talk for a second. One thing that it's very important when it comes to the game, especially when it comes to women, okay? Most of you guys have to realize that when you meet a woman for the first time, okay, that you're not, what you're meeting is a subtotal of every other guy before you, okay? So what that means is that when you meet her, her mind is already set based on the other guy, the guy before you, or the guy she's seeing, or the other group of guys that she's interacting with. So the problem in the issue here is that a lot of men accept another man's terms when it comes to relationships. Because no one's ever been able to tell you young men that you got to create your own terms. And what happens to a lot of young men is that a lot of young men just meet women and move off of the terms of somebody else, meaning that I meet a guy, and then however that guy trained her, she brings that over into your relationship. And this is why when you deal with a woman and they always talk about what they want, the problem is that the guy before you, what he was doing was he was actually giving her what she wanted, but he never trained her up to show her what she needed. And because he showed her or fulfilled all of her wants, she never ever understood the need under his tutelage. And this is why it's very important, guys, when we out of game and you start to learn who you are as a man. This is why it's important that when you meet a woman for the first time, you've got to really empty her cup, and you've got to train her to the specifications of your standards. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to learn how to eliminate her wants, meaning that a woman is allowed to want certain things, right? She's allowed to want, but what it is she wants is it's not my problem. It's not my issue. I don't care what she wants because I'm her need. And a woman moving like this, and what happens to a lot of young men out there, they get the money, they work hard, they all through school, they maybe haven't dated or anything, and they're a little awkward. And then all of a sudden they meet a woman for the first time and they just fall head over heels for her. And then they want to what? Give her everything that she wants. But what he's failing to realize is that the woman wants from a perspective of the guy before her. before him, meaning that she's not really dating you, she's dating the guy before you that gave her everything she wants. So her criteria is actually going to change a little bit, and there lies the problem, because when you have the game, a woman can want what she wants, but when you become the need, you actually change the game up, because what you're saying to her is that I'm not here to play any childish games with you. And for that woman to do that to that man is not really cool, but he doesn't understand himself. I've always told you, I've always learned. My biggest problem, I used to always, when women used to ask me, even in high school, they would ask, like, what is like a job interview? Like, what is something that you have a problem with? Or something that maybe you don't like about yourself, or something, I don't know, they would ask me the same. But it always came down to this, I blow their mind. I was like, my problem is I get bored with women. That's my problem. When I reach a certain ceiling with a woman and I feel like she's unteachable, she's fighting, or she doesn't want to grow, I get bored with her and I let women go easily. I've always said that. I get bored with women really fast. But the thing is that what women will learn with you guys when you start to learn the game is once you have the relationship with yourself. And that is something nobody's teaching you. And I don't mean, I'm saying date yourself, relationship yourself, and at the end of the day, actually be married to the game. Because once a man is actually married to the game, he's not going to put up with any kind of woman doing any kind of disrespectful thing. And I think that's part of the problem that a lot of guys have when they feel like that they've got to keep giving their all to the woman. But what they don't understand, and this is something new to y'all to understand, guys, and I got you covered, is that all you're doing is reinforcing the other man's program and not actually your program. And that's why it's important when you get around a woman that she needs to understand your program, and she needs to understand the way things are being run over here is not the same thing that's going to be run over there. And that's why, remember, when we all go to new jobs and everything, we don't bring the old job over to the new job. The new job is going to teach us. But the problem is because that man, he got the status and the money, but he never learned or had a relationship with himself. The woman realized that, and she's taking advantage of him, and yet he doesn't even see it. And what's so bad about it, if you look at that clip right there, they want to validate the woman or coddle the woman. This is why shows like that don't have real men on there, because a real man would tell her she ain't shit. And that's not even being mean. But you know what? But I have to put a little bit on the man. Remember, as a leader and you're the guy, you have to make sure that you lock everything in as a man. And I think the biggest problem was he never locked things down as a man. And I think his greatest mistake was that he gave a woman everything she wants. Don't give women anything they want, because what they want is from the last relationship in which, think about it, you give a woman what she wants and they break up with you, then all of a sudden, what do you think happens? All of a sudden at that point, you're giving somebody something and they don't even want you. So what I'm saying to you guys out here, this is why it's very important not to give a woman what she wants. But also, gentlemen, you have to have a standard to yourself to not put up with that kind of disrespect. That is what that woman was doing was very disrespectful. It was disrespectful on so many levels, but a lot of young men will not see the disrespect, because a lot of young men in their mind, they're happy to get this woman. And because I'm happy to get her, I'm going to give her everything she wants. And I want you guys, please be careful about that. Don't ever give a woman what she wants, because she's wanting from the old relationship in which she broke up with the guy. So you don't want to give her anything she wants. What you want to do is you want to lay out a new foundation. She may want a lobster meal. She may want flowers and balloons, but I want you to think about it. Think about the last guy that got her flowers. Think about the last guy that got her the Christmas present, the birthday present, the chocolates, the roses, and all of that. Where is he at right now? Ask yourself that question. So what I'm saying is that once you have your own standard, you're not going to put up with what she wants. I really don't care what she wants. Her wants have nothing to do with me, and that's not even being mean. But remember, with a company, the only thing a person can negotiate is salary. But here it is. I'm the company. This is how it's going to go. And you have every right to show me through your actions, your effort, and information that you're not a right fit for the company. I'll get bored. I'll let you go. But I'm saying to you guys out here, when women move this way, you have to be careful. I don't want you to fall into the body of a woman and then start fulfilling her wants that she has trained up the guy before you. Don't ever let a woman move you that way, because once a woman knows she can move you that way, she's got you. And I don't want any of that stuff to happen to you. I want you guys to stand tall. Y'all are great men, and that's why I'm your unk. I got you, man. I just want to make sure that you want yourself, need yourself, and guide that woman. But you have to get her to unlearn what it is she has learned through somebody else's teaching and somebody else's training. This has nothing to actually do with there's nothing wrong with you. I don't want you to feel like there is, but no, at the end of the day, we don't need to go ahead and fulfill a woman's wants. I'm not doing that. Never fulfill her wants. All right? I don't care what it is she wants, how much she wants it. Never fulfill her wants, okay? That's the rule of the game. And if you just study and stick with that part of the game, guys, y'all gonna be fine, man. All right? I got y'all, man. Until next time.